Hey everybody, my name is Myles. I'm the young adults pastor here at Shady Grove, and I have some announcements for you and then a short devotional. So we have some great opportunities coming up. First off, we have the Eggers family. I know you've heard us talk a lot about them, and there are many ways to support them. To give online at shadygrove.net. You can also hear their story on Shady Grove Radio, which you can find on our website or also in our e-news. We have our 21 days of prayer. That's weekday mornings at 6 a.m. in the sanctuary and Saturdays at 9 a.m. So you can join us as we start our year in a time of prayer emphasis. We have a membership class coming up on January the 19th at 4 o'clock. You can text the word member to our number 336-525-5870 to register. We have also 3 new discipleship opportunities starting Sunday, January the 26th at 6 o'clock. My Anxious Thoughts. That's from the creators of Rooted. You can text the word worry to our number. Also, we have People Just Like Me, Life Lessons from the Heroes of Faith. You can text HERO to that number as well. We also have a Walk Through the Gospels, which is a Bible study for women that is starting February the 2nd. There's no sign up for that. All you need to do is just show up. Finally, we have a cereal drive coming up. You can drop off full-size boxes of cereal until February the 28th. Drop them off at the Information Center. Now, to our devotional. Have you ever wanted to quit or walk away, or things just got too difficult? Maybe it's with your job, maybe it's with family, maybe it's with other people, maybe it's just life in general just gets too complicated. I don't know what it is for you. You know, resilience sounds like a great thing, but it's hard to be resilient when life gets too difficult, when life just gets so overwhelming. And the problem is, and the question I want us to wrestle with a little bit, is who told you that life was going to be easy? Who told you life would be easy? One of my favorite scriptures on this comes from one of the Gospels, the Gospel of John, and it's near the end of Jesus' life before he was crucified. It's actually the night before he was crucified is when it takes place in John 16:33, where Jesus says, "In this world you will have trouble, but take heart, for I have overcome the world." You know what that means? It's not just about persecution. See, when I was younger, I thought it was just about, like dying for your faith, or like people are going to give you a hard time about being a Christian or pick on you for what you believe. But that's not really, I think, what Jesus was talking about. I think Jesus is just saying life is difficult. Life is just difficult. It doesn't mean that there's a problem. It doesn't mean that you're doing anything wrong, but life is just difficult, and that is a promise. But now that I've got you feeling down about everything, I want to encourage you a little bit. The first thing I want to say to you is this: anything worthwhile is always uphill. Anything worthwhile is always uphill. That comes to your faith, that comes to your job, that comes to your family. Like we said, life is difficult, life is hard, but anything worthwhile, anything worth doing will always be uphill. And number 2, just because it's difficult doesn't mean you're doing anything wrong. Difficulty is not a sign that you've got it wrong, that you need to do better, that if only I did better it would be easier. No, in fact, if you do better, it might get harder, it might get more difficult. But again, anything worthwhile is always uphill. And finally, the last thing that I want to share with you on this, and I hope it encourages you the way it has me for so long. There was a poet many years ago named Annie Johnson Flint. She had many difficulties in life. She lost both of her parents early on. She even developed arthritis at a fairly early age. And she had struggle after struggle, wave after wave of difficulty. I'm sure she was tempted to throw in the towel many times. And while that's true of her, she was also the author of this poem that I'm about to read, and I hope it encourages you like it has me so many times. The name of this poem is "He Giveth More Grace." Here's what she said: "He giveth more grace as our burdens grow greater. He sendeth more strength as our labors increase. To added afflictions he addeth his mercy. To multiplied trials he multiplies peace. When we have exhausted our store of endurance, when our strength has failed ere the day is half done, When we reach the end of our hoarded resources, our Father's full giving is only begun. Fear not that thy need shall exceed his provision. Our God ever yearns his resources to share. Lean hard on the arm, everlasting, availing. The Father both thee and thy load will upbear. His love has no limits, his grace has no measure, his power no boundary known unto men. For out of his infinite riches in Jesus, he giveth and giveth and giveth again. Hope this encourages you. Have a great week, and we will see you Sunday.